All right, good evening, everyone. We'll start with Rob's post-game press conference. We'll start here in the room, and then we can take a couple questions on Zoom if we have any. Doug, can you lead us off?
Do you feel not vindicated, but what do you feel right now?
Joy. Um, I feel really proud. Um, yeah, there's a lot of emotion. I feel a lot of joy for the people, the players, the staff, the people at the club that have had a tough year. I don't know if this vindicates it, but it just shows that you can do anything if you just keep showing up and just keep showing up, keep doing your work, stay resilient, stay persistent, and things went our way. But yeah, I believed in this group that we could get in even at the end. It's really difficult circumstances, and when people write you off, I feel is even better. I feel like, um, but at the same time, like I told them in there, and Brad echoed it before I even did, is that now you get yourself in. Now you have to go improve yourself really again. So Tuesday night in Montreal, and that's where the next focus has to go. So it's short lived for sure, but you know what, I always take the joy out of things, and I want to make sure I don't forget this moment because it was for the people I do it with and the players, it was sweet.
You had told us on Thursday that you weren't going to be scoreboard watching, everything depended upon y'all's result. But it seemed like you were doing some scoreboard watching. I was curious who was doing that and how did you know? When did you know how the other results were going?
Yeah, I lied, didn't I? Yeah, I mean that was my focus, and then as it got to a point where we obviously made the decisions we made, so we had no more substitutions, and we were winning the game. So it's again just about winning the game at that point. Same focus. But then I just felt like I needed to know, is it something else I can give them as an extra nudge? And yeah, we had people that obviously are on headsets that are watching it, and there's enough people that we got the message that we were winning. They kept it from me, and then I asked. I said I want to know. So at that point, it was probably the most stressful 6 minutes or whatever it was in my life, but
Oh, so you weren't told that Charlotte had taken the lead on,
not for a while.
okay,
Not until like 89th, 90th minute.
okay.
Just didn't ask because yeah, or I can't tell you the time, but it was whatever it was eternity.
And then, this season y'all have had a lot of bad breaks. You've given up leads late in game. McGuire scores 2-2. You drop back below the line for a few seconds. I was curious what you were thinking, what you were feeling as the referee announced there was going to be a review. And then,
I mean, yeah, we have time to think as it's going. They're kind of telling us that they're going to look at it. They had just communicated about a handball that was the other way with us, and when we scored the second goal, I believe they said if it has touched the hand anywhere, it has to come back. So when they did say they're looking at it, these guys said that it looked like it was handball. I thought it would come back. I was still pretty angry, because yeah, at the end, there's no time left to do anything really. So yeah, I was not happy, but then eventually it was, and I still wasn't happy when it got reversed. It was just about like just sticking together and just fighting them through it. So
in that locker room, who are you happiest for?
all of them. I mean the immediate staff, the trainers, the players. I'm happy for all of them. I mean, it's a pleasure to work with them every day. I said to this to the immediate staff before we went out, like I want to enjoy it. I want to make sure that we all enjoy it. I would to thank them for all the work they've done. And I said, I don't think this is the end of us. So now we have to continue on. I've been really appreciative of their work that they have put in, the players, the staff, and I don't have enough words for them. Like it's been an unreal experience. It's to see what the process is like, and we can, stick to something like that over a course of a season and over time with additions or whatever. Feel like we got something special.
Switching to Montreal for a second, y'all lost 1-0 up there. It was not a good performance by y'all.
Thanks.
Well, no shots on goal, 3 chances. What needs to be different for y'all at Stotts and Poudre on Tuesday to, like you said, advance?
Yeah, if we keep 11 players on the field, then that's a good start. We'll move on to them now. I mean, we'll look at the video that when we had the last game, when we had played a back five the last time, then we changed that. So now we look at what we did against them at home. Yeah, so there'll be things we have to adjust, but now it's about recovering and getting ourselves ready to go again. Yeah.
Can you just talk a little bit about the Steon sub for Luis Ron, just kind of what, it just didn't seem normal.
Mhm.
At the time at all.
Yeah, he was dealing with some tightness, and so it was communication as Danny Rios was going on. There was communication on how he felt, and he was saying he felt tight, and as it was going, then that sub kind of got forced upon us in some ways. The Danny one, we were kind of waiting, and then all of a sudden there was miscommunication with with that, and Danny got put on. So then I was looking at Steon, and he was trying to push through it, but at the same time, like we couldn't risk if he can't move. It's not about a tactical thing really. It was just if he can't move and he's slow to step, then we'd be kicking ourselves and him as well. So he was cautious of that. So that was the decision behind it.
And as far as the way you communicate to the team going forward to Montreal, it's obviously a short turnaround. Anything different now that you've made it past this point, or is it just going to be kind of the same conversation going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the in terms of like the mentality is that don't settle now. Like you got yourself in the last day, you stayed persistent, you kept fighting and kept showing up. So it's now like, all right, don't let this just be the end. It's still the same. It's really the same mentality because we came into this knowing that you have to win the game and give yourself a chance, and it's going to be the same in Montreal. You got to win the game to give yourself a fighting chance to move on. So that won't change. It's now again about recovering, getting the freshest guys that we can, and rolling to that next game.
Sitting here right now thinking about this entire experience, what do you feel like you've learned about yourself?
It's a really good question. Stay true to your values and your beliefs, to who you are as a person, not me as a coach, not about the tactics of that. Stay true to yourself. I never, and I say this with the staff as well, never wavered in who I am as a person. I didn't sacrifice my values for wins, and I won't ever. I don't think that's the way that we should operate. And I think that kept showing up. I was honest and I stuck true to my values and my beliefs. So I'm proud of that of myself, and that the staff was able to hold up. We were able to hold each other accountable in that. It's not been easy, but nothing is easy. If what things that are worth it is difficult. So I'm proud of that for sure.
I know this would have meant a lot anywhere, but does it mean a little bit extra to you personally being here?
It's just tough to say because it didn't happen anywhere else. So look, this club had meant a lot to me previously. I built a lot of good relationships here on the grassroots of this team. Even just I was in this building before it was constructed. So I think like that kind of thing is serendipitous. I don't believe in coincidence. So I think that there's something to that for sure. At the same time, like there's not a ton of people here anymore. So like you don't, I know it's the club is the club, and now we've all kind of moved on to different phases of our life, and I hold special memories. So when it happened, but when we had the team together here, but now it's yeah, to answer your question, there is some goodness in it, but also like look, they're a great team, and I think just winning anywhere on the road is difficult. So it feels good to win on the road.
I don't know how these probabilities are calculated and who does what, but I don't know if you were aware the probability for Atlanta United to come out of today with this outcome was 10%.
Ain't that some shit?
Have you've been in soccer a long time? Have you ever been a part of anything quite like this?
Not on the good side of it, really. Like I think we've talked about the probabilities before, because I think when we were playing Columbus at home, it was like whatever the same 8%, 13% or something like that when I caught the broadcast on the after, and I was like, well, yeah, I get it. I get there's probabilities and those things happen. There's stats and all that. There's humans that make decisions, and humans will change the course of. They have to make decisions on the fly, and they'll change the course of their actions. And yeah, probabilities. Yeah, I get them, but at the same time, like the human spirit can fight through things. We proved that.
All right. Any questions on Zoom?
Winkler, go to sleep, huh?
Soon, Rob.
All right.
Soon.
If not, we'll end it with
All
Rob
right.
there. Thanks. All right, again, we'll get started with questions in the room for Derrick. Doug, go ahead.
I'm just, kind of same questions for Rob. What were your emotions at that final whistle?
So I looked straight to the bench and they said we're in. So it was just a lot of emotions, relief, happiness, happy for Rob, the staff, happy for everyone. We just put so much into it. And yeah, I enjoyed how we got it as well. We defended well. They battered us for the last 30, 40 minutes, but we stuck in there. We showed how much we wanted it. When we missed the penalty, I was like, oh no, please not. Not one of these games. But no, we stuck in there and yeah, really happy.
So y'all had no idea of the other result. Now, did you know at halftime the other
No,
results?
didn't want to know. I'm glad we didn't know, just because you can just focus on your job. And then, yeah, whistle went, looked over, and they were celebrating. So I was like, fuck yeah.
So this was just I think it was the third time this season y'all scored in the first 15 minutes. And the first time since June that you had a 2-0 lead against the team. How much easier did that make this tonight?
Massively. We could have went 3-0 up as well. We had a couple other chances, but yeah, it makes, especially away on the road. 2-0 is such a tricky scoreline though. I've played so many games where you're 2-0 up, and it's they always say in football it's that tricky one where the other team gets one and then they get the momentum, and sometimes you score and you end up losing the game. So the hold out with the 2-1 win is massive, especially away from home against Orlando. Like, it was, yeah, a great day. All the odds against us, and just to beat our rivals. Just happy for our fans as well.
Y'all, you've had some troubles seeing games out this season, giving up late goals. McGuire scores that handball. I was curious what was going through your mind then as you're waiting on that review.
I didn't know. I didn't see it. All I know was I thought the ball was going to get headed from post. Didn't get headed. Felt so McGuire, I think, did he flick it onto me? I thought I felt it hit me,
Yeah.
hit him.
And it hit you.
Okay, hit his arm, hit me, and then it fell. And then I was just like, gave my all to try get there, and he put it in, and I was like, fucking, this kind of sums up our season. But then, lucky enough, that's football for you. It's crazy. Things can change like that. So yeah, just please. In the moment, I didn't really know what had happened, and I asked McGuire, I was like, "Did it hit you?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I was like, I was just happy. But sometimes, fair play to the ref, because there was a lot of pressure in that stadium. A lot of fans were like booing and all that. So he had the courage to stick with the right decision. So yeah, fair play to them as well. They got it right.
And I know you say you'll say you have to believe, but common sense wise, did you actually think all of these results were going to happen for y'all to get in the playoffs before this day started?
I thought going into today, I thought Montreal would lose, and then I thought Philly was up in the air, and then DC. I just had a feeling that Charlotte are a good team. So I did believe, and then now I have a feeling that we could go far in this. So just exciting, just getting ready to make sure we get rested and recovered for Tuesday, I think.
It's Tuesday,
Tuesday.
7:30.
Okay.
Your first season playing with Brad, just tonight, he was massive, made 9 saves, I think. How important is he on and off the field to this group?
I played with him before at Villa.
Oh, sorry.
He played when I made my debut, but yeah, yeah, I know Brad. He's massive. He is Mr. Atlanta United. You should see the stuff he does back behind closed doors. Constantly talking, constantly encouraging, shouting, massive. And I think he came out and caught a few that really took the pressure off. So yeah, I'm happy for him. Happy for everyone really. We really worked hard. You could see the emotion on Rob after the game, and just happy for him. Had his back against the wall throughout the season. And yeah, kept fighting, kept plugging away. So like he said in there, we don't want to be finished now. We want to push on. We want to beat Montreal and give it to Miami. We took 4 points off them this season, so let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. But yeah, that's the goal.
It feels like, and watching the way you guys celebrated afterwards, it feels like you've won a final. Like just, that's what it feels to me. I don't know if it does to you, but how do you recover mentally now and turn around and play Tuesday? Like it feels like it's such a abrupt mental change now to get back in the game prep mode.
To be honest with you, it felt like we just won a playoff game.
Yeah.
And I feel like the last 3 or 4 weeks we've been in the playoffs because that's how important the games were. So in my head, I was playing knockout football 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it's just you recover, you go again. Montreal, decent team. I think we can go there and win. We just need to put on another performance today. I thought first half we were very good when we made 2 or 3 passes. I thought we cut them open. There was a couple of times where I gave the ball away last 10-15 minutes rushing a bit, and that gave them momentum. But overall, yeah, please, good away day.
Yeah, I asked Rob this, and again, I'm not exactly in the whole probabilities and math and stuff like that, but based on everyone having a 50-50 chance today, Atlanta's probability to make the playoffs is 10% coming into today. You've been playing a long time. Have you ever been involved in a final day like this?
No. I have, but it went the wrong way. So I got relegated with Blackburn. We were playing Brentford away. We needed 3 more goals to stay up. So it was carnage, but happy to be on the end of the positive one. Yeah, and I'm happy for this club. It's been a tough season, so yeah, we're looking forward to
You
it going
talked
again.
about the emotion you saw from Rob. What can you share from what he told you guys before you go out? And then the locker room's feeling for him and his staff.
One thing I really like about Rob is he is who he is. He puts his heart on his sleeve. His talks are great. He's a great motivator. So you can see how much it means to him. And then it's important to have a manager like that, I feel, because he's willing to give it all and it makes you want to give it all. So you can see the reaction he gets out of the players. So yeah, really happy for him. Like he said in there, we're not done. So looking forward to Montreal away.
So when did you find out that the other results had gone your way? Was it before the end of y'all's game?
I didn't know. I was still playing. I was just trying to. The whole handball thing happened, so I was like, just stay switched on, stay in the moment. And then as soon as the whistle went, I looked at the squad, at the bench, and then they're all jumping. So I was
Okay.
like,
All right, thanks. We'll end the press conference there. Thanks, everyone.